Hello, squaddies. I'm your host, Mike. Before we dive in, I just want to take a moment to thank you for all the love, support, and good vibes you bring to this channel. Whether you're a long-time subscriber or it's your first time here, I appreciate every view, every like, every comment. It truly means the world to me. This channel wouldn't be the same without you, and I'm so grateful to have you on this journey. Let's keep growing, keep sharing, and keep the good energy flowing. Thank you for being the best part of Daily Diaries Friday. Now let's jump right into today's story. In a heated exchange that has captured media attention, Hugh Grant fired back at Piers Morgan's recent criticism, forcefully rejecting the claim of hypocrisy regarding his stance on Rupert Murdoch. The British actor, long known for his vocal criticism of tabloid journalism and media intrusion, did not mince words in responding to Morgan's provocative characterization. Grant, who has been a prominent advocate for press reform and has been involved in legal battles against invasive media practices, seemed particularly incensed by Morgan's attempt to paint him as inconsistent in his public stance against media mogul Murdoch's empire. In the volatile arena of media criticism, Hugh Grant found himself squarely in the crosshairs of Piers Morgan's pointed accusations, with Morgan decrying Grant as a hypocrite for his vehement stance against Rupert Murdoch. Grant's long-standing animosity towards the media tycoon, rooted in the phone hacking scandal that had previously devastated numerous public figures, seemingly triggered Morgan's sharp rebuke. The actor, who had been a vocal and passionate critic of Murdoch's tabloid empire, now faced the uncomfortable spotlight of being labelled inconsistent in his moral crusade, with Morgan's characteristically blunt commentary suggesting an inherent contradiction in Grant's public posturing against the very media landscape in which he had built his celebrity. Grant's retort was swift and razor-sharp, cutting through Morgan's accusation with surgical precision. Having long been a vocal critic of Murdoch's media empire and its unethical practices, Grant refused to be painted as inconsistent, vehemently defending his principled stance against the media mogul's invasive tactics. He pointedly highlighted Morgan's own complicated history with Murdoch, suggesting that Morgan's criticism was not just misplaced but hypocritical in its own right. By drawing attention to Morgan's past associations and complicity within the very media landscape Grant had consistently challenged, Grant effectively turned the tables, transforming what was meant to be an attack into a robust defense of his long-standing media ethics and unwavering commitment to press accountability. Grant's tireless activism against media misconduct crystallized during the landmark Leveson inquiry, where he emerged as a formidable critic of press unethical practices. Beyond his celebrity status, he became a passionate advocate for press reform, systematically challenging the invasive tactics employed by tabloid journalists and media conglomerates like Rupert Murdoch's empire. His testimony and persistent public campaigning shed crucial light on the systemic violations of privacy and journalistic integrity that had long plagued British media, transforming him from a beloved actor into a significant social activist, committed to holding powerful media institutions accountable for their egregious breaches of public trust. Morgan's antagonism towards Grant has roots deeply embedded in the tumultuous landscape of British media, particularly surrounding Murdoch's powerful publishing empire. Throughout the years, Morgan has consistently challenged Grant's credibility, repeatedly questioning the actor's stance against tabloid journalism, while simultaneously accusing him of hypocrisy. These accusations stem from Grant's vocal criticisms of Murdoch's publications, most notably his high-profile legal battles and public campaigns against phone hacking scandals, which Morgan has repeatedly characterized as opportunistic and self-serving. The tension between them reflects a broader media narrative where personal vendettas and professional rivalries often overshadow substantive discussion about press ethics and accountability. The phone hacking scandal erupted like a festering wound in the British media landscape, with Rupert Murdoch's newspapers at the epicenter of a shocking invasion of privacy that would ultimately redefine journalistic boundaries. Hugh Grant emerged as an unlikely but passionate crusader, leveraging his celebrity status to expose the systemic corruption within tabloid journalism. Through meticulous documentation and public testimony, Grant played a pivotal role in unraveling the widespread practice of illegal phone hacking, bringing to light the egregious methods employed by journalists who had long considered themselves above the law. His personal experiences of media intrusion transformed into a broader campaign for press accountability, forcing the public and regulatory bodies to confront the unethical practices that had become disturbingly normalized within certain segments of the British media. In the wake of mounting public scrutiny, the Leveson inquiry emerged as a watershed moment for British media ethics, with Hugh Grant stepping forward as a pivotal witness against the systemic corruption of tabloid journalism. His testimony cut to the heart of a long-standing culture of invasive reporting, drawing back the curtain on years of unethical practices that had plagued the press. Grant, leveraging his high-profile status as both a victim and a vocal critic, provided detailed accounts of the relentless media intrusion that had defined much of his public life, challenging the powerful media barons like Rupert Murdoch and exposing the toxic ecosystem of sensationalist reporting that had gone unchecked for decades. In the wake of Hugh Grant's provocative confrontation with Piers Morgan, the media landscape remained curiously unchanged, a testament to the entrenched power structures that have long defined the industry's murky ecosystem. Despite Grant's vocal criticism and sustained campaign against Rupert Murdoch's media empire, the fundamental dynamics of press regulation continued to simmer in an ongoing, unresolved debate. Journalists and media commentators sparred endlessly, dissecting Grant's allegations and Morgan's counter-arguments, yet substantive reforms remained frustratingly elusive. The celebrity-driven narrative had once again drawn public attention to systemic issues of media ethics, but whether this would translate into meaningful change remained uncertain, with the same powerful players continuing to dance their familiar complex choreography of accusation, denial, and strategic deflection. The ongoing confrontation between Hugh Grant and Piers Morgan represents more than a mere personal disagreement. It epitomizes the complex, often contentious relationship between public figures, media ethics, and personal accountability. Their heated exchange reveals deeper systemic tensions within the British media landscape, where accountability and moral high ground are constantly negotiated through public rhetoric. While Morgan's accusation of hypocrisy challenges Grant's long-standing critique of media intrusion, the dispute ultimately highlights the nuanced and often fraught dynamics of celebrity, journalism, and personal reputation in an era of constant media scrutiny. This conflict serves as a microcosm of broader debates about media integrity, personal privacy, and the power of public narrative, demonstrating how individual disputes can quickly become emblematic of larger societal conversations about transparency, ethics, and the role of public discourse. That's it for today, squaddies. You guys are amazing, and I can't thank you enough for the love and support. If you had a good time, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you never miss out on the vibes. Let's keep this community growing. Share it with your friends. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay awesome, stay inspired, and keep those good vibes flowing. Catch you later, squaddies.